Dream, your forehead is not big. You have the cutest head shape. Four fingers is perfect. If you had two hands, it still would be cute.
Two doesn't need forehead. Like, I have 4 fingers. King has 5 fingers.
I have 2 daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my 2 girls, and I miss you guys so much. I love
Blac Chyna just made it crystal clear. She's not playing games when it comes to her daughter, Dream, and she's done with the Kardashians drama. Chyna and the Kardashians have had a long history of bad blood, and it looks like that's not changing anytime soon. Chyna just blasted Khloe, calling her out for trying to turn Dream against her. Now, for whatever reason, Dream spends most of her time with Khloe, and according to Chyna, that's all part of the Kardashians' plan to snatch her child away. Maybe even to brainwash her into thinking Khloe's her real mother. But here's the kicker. Chyna's fed up, and word is she's hired a lawyer to fight to get her daughter back. Things are about to get messy, so let's dive in. Chyna has had some serious tension with the Kardashians for a minute, so it really shouldn't be shocking that this is all spilling into the public eye again. A lot of people forget that at one point, Blac Chyna was actually tight with the Kardashians, especially Kim. They used to hang out, show up to events together, and support each other. By 2014, Chyna and the Kardashians' friendship came to a sudden and dramatic end. And of course, the Kardashians did what they always do: control the narrative. They tried to paint it as a simple case of Kim and Chyna just growing apart over time. But the real story, way messier, and definitely not in their favor. The truth is, Kylie Jenner, the youngest of the Kar-Jenner crew, swooped in and stole Chyna's man, who also just so happened to be Chyna's baby daddy, Tyga. At the time, Chyna and Tyga were deep in a committed relationship, had been together for years, and had a son, King Cairo. They were building a family, or at least that's what it looked like, until Kylie got in the mix. Kylie and Tyga first crossed paths back in 2011 when she was just 14, and they quickly started spending a lot of time together. What seemed innocent at first turned into something a lot more complicated, and by the time Kylie turned 17, their relationship was very public. Fans couldn't help but side-eye the age gap, and honestly, who could blame them? Kylie was just 14, and Tyga was already 22. That's a huge gap, and it definitely didn't sit right with a lot of people. It didn't take long for whispers to spread about what was really going on between them. Soon after, Chyna and Tyga called it quits, and by the time Kylie hit 17, the rumors were buzzing that she and Tyga had already crossed the line romantically. Tyga was a full-grown 25-year-old man at this point, which made everything even more scandalous. But for Chyna, the situation was devastating. She wasn't just losing her partner, she felt straight-up betrayed. Chyna later revealed that Kylie had been sneaking around with Tyga way before he officially ended things with her. So, her friend's sister was secretly hooking up with her baby daddy behind her back. As you can imagine, things got way worse between Chyna and the Kardashians after that. Even after Chyna stopped hanging with Kim, the shade was still flowing non-stop on social media. Like when Chyna flaunted the Audemars Piguet watch Tyga had gifted her during their relationship. A few hours later, Kylie posted a pic with the exact same watch, captioning it like, "Look what Tyga got me." That was a clear shot at Chyna, and it only stoked the flames even more. The bad blood between Chyna and the Kardashians had been brewing for years, with resentment building on both sides. What started off complicated turned into straight-up hostility. At one point, it felt like reconciliation was off the table. That was the last straw for Chyna, and from there, she was determined to take the Kardashians down. But nobody could have foreseen how messy it was about to get. Just when we thought the Kardashians were ahead, Chyna made one of her most petty moves ever. Right after Kylie and Tyga made their relationship public, Chyna pulled the ultimate shocker. She started dating Rob Kardashian. Nobody saw that one coming. Sure, Chyna and Rob had known each other for years through Kim, but up until that point, it was all platonic. One minute, Chyna and Rob were just friends, and before anyone could even process it, they were suddenly a couple. Naturally, the Kardashian sisters and Kris Jenner weren't having it. From the jump, they made it clear they didn't want Chyna anywhere near their family, let alone dating Rob. They saw it as a calculated move on Chyna's part, and they did everything they could to stop it. Some sources even claim they offered her a large sum to walk away from Rob, but Chyna wasn't interested. In fact, their resistance only seemed to make her dig in even more. Then, just a few months into their whirlwind romance, Rob and Chyna shocked everyone once again by announcing their engagement. The news had people doing a double take since they'd only been dating for about 2 or 3 months. It felt rushed, and unsurprisingly, the Kardashians weren't supportive. This time, instead of trying to break them up outright, they told Rob and Chyna they were moving too fast and needed to slow things down. But by that point, it was already too late. Chyna was pregnant, and in November 2016, she gave birth to their daughter, Dream. With that, her connection to the Kardashian family was sealed. No matter how things played out with Rob, she would always be tied to them through their child. Chyna had solidified her place in the Kardashian family tree. However, after Dream was born, the already fragile relationship between Rob and Chyna took a dramatic and ugly turn. What should have been a time for celebration quickly turned into a nightmare as things between Rob and Chyna became beyond toxic. According to reports, they had been dealing with issues behind the scenes for a while. But once it hit social media, it was a full-on disaster. Rob didn't hold back and wasted no time airing their dirty laundry online. He took to Instagram to accuse Chyna of cheating, even posting photos of her kissing another man. That was just the start of the mess. Rob also went as far as sharing explicit photos of Chyna without clothes, crossing a major line. His actions didn't just fuel the drama, but also led to some serious consequences. Instagram took down his account for violating their community guidelines. But by then, the damage was already done, and things were spiraling. Chyna wasn't going to let Rob off easy and clapped back with her own messy accusations. She accused him of emotional abuse and manipulation, turning the whole situation into a toxic back and forth with no resolution in sight. What had started as a seemingly random relationship just months before became a full-blown public spectacle, and it ended in a complete mess. Rob, feeling all kinds of ways, didn't let Chyna's accusations stop him. He kept dragging her on social media, revealing that Chyna had used him to get back at the Kardashians for the way they treated her after Kylie took Tyga from her. He said, "I truly thought that Chyna wanted to be a family. That's why I was so loyal to her. But I learned my lesson, and everyone was right." As soon as Kylie and Tyga broke up, Chyna was all over the game. She had a baby out of spite, and I'll never view her the same. We had a beautiful baby girl, and that was the best thing that's happened to me. But as soon as that baby was born, Chyna was out. Well, surprise, surprise, Rob. This didn't catch anyone off guard, especially not the fans who had been seeing it coming from the jump. The writing was on the wall from the start. It was obvious to everyone, except Rob, apparently, that Chyna was using him as a pawn in her revenge against the Kardashians. But it wasn't just about her and Rob. It was about taking down the Kardashians in the most permanent and personal way possible. Like this person said, "I still can't get over how dumb and weak Rob Kardashian is." Chyna 100% used him like a pawn to infiltrate the Kardashian family and get back at Tyga, not Rob as a whole kid with her. So everybody knew how fiercely protective the Kardashians were of Rob. And that's exactly why Chyna went after him in the first place. She knew that going after him would hit them where it hurt the most. Rob, with his vulnerability and need for connection, became the perfect target for Chyna to stir up chaos within the family. He ended up being collateral damage in a much bigger battle, one that had nothing to do with him personally, but everything to do with hurting the Kardashians in the most devastating way. But Rob didn't stop there. Clearly still bitter about the breakup and feeling betrayed, he filed a lawsuit, claiming that Chyna had physically assaulted him while they were together, and that she had hit him on multiple occasions. Chyna, of course, denied the accusations, insisting that it was Rob who had put his hands on her multiple times, saying, "Rob, you did all this, but you beat me up and tried to act like it never happened. You put hands on me. I swear on God on my kids. But I'm supposed to keep quiet because you're a Kardashian." The allegations just kept flying from both sides, with each of them claiming they were the ones hurt in this whole messy relationship. Just days before the lawsuit was set to go to trial, Rob made a random decision to drop the case, saying, however, Chyna's team fired back, claiming the real reason he dropped it was because he knew she had dirt on him. Her lawyer stated that Rob didn't drop the case, saying, "My love for a dream far outweighs my desire to proceed with the claims against her mother in a public trial. Now that the court has ruled that there was sufficient evidence to warrant a jury trial on my claim for our daughter's sake, I am dismissing the action and focusing on my co-parenting relationship with Chyna." So Chyna's team came through with a major reveal, honey. They said the real tea behind dropping the lawsuit wasn't just some random move. They knew she had all the receipts, all the dirt on them. Her lawyer said Chyna was finally about to have her day in court at the February 23rd jury trial in Los Angeles Superior Court, where she was prepared to prove with the evidence that Rob's claim that she physically attacked him was a malicious lie. Instead, Rob dropped his case on the eve of the trial, not because he suddenly wanted to drop the case for sake of his daughter, but because he knew his battery accusations against Chyna were false. But wait, Chyna wasn't done yet. Not by a long shot. She had more lawsuits ready to go, targeting the Kardashians. After her and Rob's breakup, Chyna came for the sisters, accusing them of straight-up online bullying. She claimed they not only spread nasty, false rumors about her, but used their power to get her and Rob's show Rob and Chyna canceled after just one season. But it didn't end there. Oh no, Chyna said they were talking smack about her to people in Hollywood, making it nearly impossible for her to land any work. According to her, this whole smear campaign messed up her career and damaged her reputation. So, what did she do? She filed a lawsuit against Khloe, Kim, Kris, and Kylie for a whopping $108 million in damages. And right before the trial kicked off, she had to let the world know, posting on Twitter that, "I plan to refocus my attention on my trial against Kris Jenner and her daughters Kim, Khloe, and Kylie, which starts in 13 days, when they got my #1 hit show Kill Back in January 2017. And that not only hurt me financially and emotionally, but that hurt my beautiful kids. I'm taking them to court to stand up for my legal rights and be an example to my kids that what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and what they did was wrong." There were whispers that the Kardashians tried to settle the lawsuit quietly behind closed doors. But Chyna was not having it. She was ready to go all the way and make sure the Kardashians felt the heat for everything she claimed they did to her. Chyna wasn't about to settle. No, she wanted her moment in the spotlight to make sure her side of the story got heard loud and clear. She demanded the trial, hoping to air all the dirty laundry in public. But let's just say, things didn't go as she planned. Despite her determination, the case didn't land in her favor, and she ended up losing. Yeah, there's some serious bad blood between Chyna and the Kardashians, especially Khloe, Kim, and Kris. But hold up, it gets even messier. A big part of the drama is all about their child, Dream, especially because Chyna had once called out Rob for not paying child support. In April 2022, she hopped on Twitter and threw major shade at Rob, calling him a straight-up deadbeat dad. She said, "Yesterday I had to give up 3 of my cars, my reasons, morals, beliefs, being a single mother, no support. I'm a mama." She also tweeted, "Single, no support, or child support," making it seem like Rob wasn't stepping up for Dream, leaving Chyna to handle everything on her own. That move definitely painted Rob in a bad light, especially with Chyna already claiming his sisters were blocking her from making money. It was looking real messy for him, but then Rob decided to speak up, and he wrote, "I pay $37,000 a year for my daughter's school. I handle every single medical expense. I pay for all her extracurricular activities. I have my daughter from Tuesday to Saturday. Why would I pay child support?" So according to Rob's explanation, Chyna only has Dream 2 days a week, and the only real expense she's responsible for is food during those 2 days. But here's where things get a little shady. Fans are starting to question it because, from what we know, Dream mostly stays with Khloe, not Rob. So it's looking like Rob might be keeping Dream away from her mom when he doesn't have her, and that's raising some eyebrows. Now, I'm not saying Rob's a bad dad or anything, because it's clear he loves his daughter, but it seems like he might not be in the best position to have her full-time, which is why she's with Khloe instead of him. But if that's the case, why doesn't Dream just stay with her mom? I mean, yeah, Chyna had her rough moments in the past, but she's done a complete 180 now and is showing Dream nothing but love.
Dream, your forehead is not big. You have the cutest head shape. If 4 fingers is perfect. If you had 2 hands, it would be cute.
Who has a big forehead? Like, I have 4 fingers. King has 5 fingers.
According to insiders, Chyna has been fighting tooth and nail for full custody of Dream for a while now because she wants to be with her daughter. But apparently, the Kardashians have been standing in her way every step of the way. The final straw came just a few days ago when Tristan Thompson, Khloe's baby daddy, made a video claiming Dream as his own child. Now, that's rich coming from him, considering he's been a straight-up deadbeat to his own son.
I have 2 daughters, and their names are Dream is my oldest daughter, and True is the second oldest. Those are my 2 girls, and I miss you guys so much. I love.
I'm talking about the baby he had with Marilee Nichols, the woman he cheated on Khloe with. Tristan spent months denying paternity until a court-ordered DNA test made him own up to it. After that, he released a statement saying, "Today paternity tests revealed that I'm a father to a child of Marilee Nichols. I take full responsibility for my actions. Now that the paternity has been established, I look forward to amicably raising our son. I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt or disappointed throughout this ordeal. both publicly and privately. He continued, "Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I've caused you. You don't deserve the way I've treated you over the years. My actions certainly don't line up with the way I view you. I have the utmost respect and love for you, regardless of what you may think." Again, he said, "I am so incredibly sorry. Sorry indeed. But according to the streets, he isn't raising his son, Theo, at all. Word on the block is that he didn't even see the child during the first year of his life. He paid some child support, and that was pretty much the end of it. And before he even got with Khloe, there were reports that he was kind of a deadbeat to his son Prince, who he had with Jordan Craig before he met Khloe. So it looks like he was only a present dad to Khloe's kids because of her celebrity status. But here he is, claiming another man's child as his own when he doesn't even see his own. Fans weren't having it, accusing him of chasing clout. They immediately clapped back, telling him to keep his mouth shut and never claim Dream as his. Chyna wrote Dream has one mother, Angela White, and one father, Robert Kardashian. "I usually don't speak up, but I'm done. Stop all this clout chasing involving my daughter. As parents, we have joint custody, and we also have a beautiful, healthy co-parenting relationship. It's hard not to see her side in this too, because the Kardashians have been playing games with her for a minute now, and it looks like Chyna's finally had enough of them messing with her. But anyway, I want to know what y'all think about all of this, especially her having to check Tristan and fighting to get her daughter back from the Kardashians. Drop 1,000 comments below and make sure you check out this next video.